What's up guys, it's Chris here. Today I'm going to run through changing an alternator on a Ford Ranger. This is my 2006 Ford Ranger. It has a 2.3 liter engine in it with a 5-speed manual transmission. The alternator is located right here on the passenger side. She's dusty, she's crusty, she has 265,000 miles on it. Both the engine and transmission have already gone out and I replaced both of them with used ones, but I still think it's worth swapping out the alternator. Always start off by disconnecting the negative battery terminal. Then I pop off the air intake hose. There's a hose clamp on the side that connects to the engine, a breather hose in the middle that goes to the valve cover, and an electrical plug that goes to the mass airflow sensor. And then I just undid the clips on the left side that hold the intake to the air filter cover. Next, I removed the belt by either using a belt tensioner tool or I just used a 3/8 drive ratchet in the tensioner pulley. Use the leverage from the ratchet to remove the tension on the pulley, and that allows you to slip the belt off the pulleys. As I back away here, you can see what pulley is the tensioner pulley. Now, I'm not sure if you really need to, but I removed the AC compressor to get a little more room to access the alternator. There's 4 bolts that hold it in, and you can swing it out of the way without disconnecting any hoses. The bolts are a little tricky to get to, but I still think it's worth it. With the AC compressor out of the way, I now have easy access to the alternator. I removed the 2 bolts holding the alternator in place and pop it off its mount. I had to tap on it with a hammer and use a little pry bar to get it off. On the back side of the alternator, I disconnect the 1 electrical plug and the 10mm nut holding the positive terminal wire in place. With that removed, now the alternator is free and I can fish it out of the engine bay. I dropped the new alternator in place and now I can hook up the positive terminal wire and the electrical plug. Install the 2 mounting bolts. Now the new alternator will be loose when you first hold it in place, but as you can see, when you tighten it up, the nuts slide and snug it up against the mount. Swing the AC compressor back into place and install the 4 mounting bolts. I had to use a couple different extension and socket combinations to reach all 4 of the bolts. Pull the tensioner pulley back so that you have enough slack to get the belt back onto all the pulleys. Here's a look at the belt routing in case anyone gets confused and needs to know exactly where it goes. Reinstall the air intake hose, plugging back in the electrical connection, the breather hose, and tighten up the hose clamp. Reconnect the negative battery terminal, and now the job is complete. The last thing to do is to fire it up and check the voltage of the charging system. To do this, I use a multimeter set to DC volts and read the voltage of the battery. With the bad alternator, I was reading around 12 volts while the engine was running. With the new alternator, I was reading around 14.5 volts with the engine running. This means that the new alternator is giving off 14.5 volts, and that is what's charging the 12-volt system. I bought the new alternator on Amazon for $112. I'll post a link in the description below. I hope this video helps some people take on a project like this. Drop a comment if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel so I know to keep making videos like this. Thanks again and have a great day.